I think, I agree with much of what Jeffrey said, and in relation to the FTA, I think it would have been good if we had made some progress. But I think the most important point is that the summit actually took place after 4 years, and I think strong relations are sort of key for strategic perspective for the EU. And I also welcome that an action plan came through for the next 5 years on cooperation on areas like migration, energy, environment and terrorism. I think it's important to have a more broader strategic long-term view which looks into the future and not just focused on this. Given that India is set to overtake China economically, and we also need to increase awareness and invest in visibility of the relations. And I'm really disappointed that there was no press conference after the summit, which is kind of really unusual. I'd like to understand why that was. But I really believe for both sides it's important that we do talk about the value of our relationship. And, the EU, although we have a very good office in Delhi and so on, in terms of us as an institution, there isn't really much visibility, and we need to do more in relation to getting that geopolitical awareness there. I think what the EIB is doing is good and opening up its office, but I do think there's scope for them to be doing more, given India is no longer in the FP7, and we should look at that. I'm disappointed that one of the initiatives from the Parliament, which was the setting up of EBTC, is now going to be closed down. I think that did help for us to perhaps enable SMEs and businesses to really exploit the opportunities there. I also think it was a missed opportunity that the summit didn't deliver on 5G cooperation agreement, like the ones we've already have with Brazil, Japan, China and South Korea. Especially given that, this overlaps a lot with the EU digital agenda, and the digital agenda does have a lot of potential. And at our meeting, which we were at, that Jeffrey referred to, there was some discussion about the scope on what more we could do, given India is emphasising on digital India as one of its highest priorities. So I think it would be useful to be able to go back. I would also like to understand whether you have a programme for follow-up summits, given that we had 4 years absence. So I hope that one of the things this summit will lead to is that we are now going to have regular summits, so some of these areas can be explored further. Thank you.